Hello. Hi, everyone. This is another showing of WorLd. Transwoman Speaks. The world rates the world 1 to 10 ratings. Today, showing was inspired by a cinnamon roll. And I say a cinnamon roll because my cousin made this really humongous cinnamon roll, covered in icing, all the sugar and cinnamon goodness, as one would say. And it was disgusting. It was like she just do everything that one would think is delicious and good and try to throw it in one thing. And it was nasty. And it was so nasty. When I ate it, it actually made me angry. It's like, what did you do? Like when you're baking, it's like, what did you do to it that made it so like upsetting? Like it just made me upset. And I think the mostly thing that made me upset was because my cousin has been baking for quite some time. She's been baking some things and like, oh, I'm trying to bake and do some things like that. And girl, we were like, oh, she'll make some her little donut sticks, her little cake, little sticks with the little popsicle with the cake, and her little things, and whatever little knickknack she makes, girl. And we're like, oh, this is good. We're like, oh, it's good. We're like, oh, this is really delicious. But actuality, it wasn't really good. But we're just like, oh, she's learning, and we don't want to make her feel bad. But after all these years have passed, and I taste that same taste again, do you know how angry I was to taste it again? It was just like, I'm not going to taste that no more. And I'm going to have to tell her that that you're not doing a good job. You're not doing a good job. It tastes bad. It tastes really bad. It tastes really nasty. Um, like it's not like the most horrible thing I've ever tasted, but it's like it's not good. Like it's really not edible. You can't sell that, which is ultimately her goal. She wants to sell it. You can't sell that. Like if you have an issue with something, or you have a problem, like someone's trying to do something and they're trying to, make money from it, or they're trying to, better themselves, and they're asking you for your opinion. Give it to them. Tell them how it is. Tell them like, okay, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. This is nasty. This is not gonna work. You're not doing a good job. However it comes out, because people always try to make it constructive. And girl, however it comes out, girl, it's how it comes out. Because people, how are you going to learn if no one tells you? If they don't tell you it's good, or don't tell you it's bad, or don't tell you anything about it, they don't tell you, they give you the honest opinion, how are you supposed to learn? You can't learn like that. You can't just sit there and have your people, your family, just sitting there just doing the same crappy thing over and over again, and never pulling them up and saying, you know what, you need to change this, maybe to put less butter. If you're gonna bake a cake, the first thing you need to do is bake it by the recipe. Use the recipe how everyone else makes cakes, and do it by the recipe. And then you splurge it up and put your own little jazz and spruce it up and make it cute, really special, and the whole thing to it, and make it your own cake. But you have to start first with the recipe so you can know what's the dynamics, what is involved in making cakes. You have to know what that is first. And then you can go ahead and venture off into your own little, you know, endeavors and do your own little things. Because you can't, it's like, you're like, oh, I want to make a cake, and you just throw a whole bunch of butter and sugar and flour, and you don't even know the first thing about cakes. And you're like, oh, this is how I make. No, that's probably how the first cake was made, but it came from somewhere. But after no, tasting cakes, you already think you know what cake to taste like, and then you come out with it. But if it comes out good that way, I'm just saying, if it comes out good that way, you just throw some crap together and it comes out good, girl, you better write that recipe down. You better try, and you better make that cake over and over again. But if it comes out and it tastes like how that cinnamon bun came out, it makes somebody as angry as I was. You need to not make that no more. And you need to go back from scratch and look at the recipe and make it how that recipe was. And this goes on to say, girl, I went to Red Lobster today. He was like, James, ghetto ass Red Lobster. Yes, I went to ghetto Red Lobster today. And when I went in there, I had a little sense like, girl, I want to be over it. And hey, go ahead and give me a Grand Mac from McDonald's next door. Or give me the little bacon burger. They got the new bacon burger at Burger King, girl. That a slay. Because everybody know, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody know Red Lobster gives in some areas. But over here, I don't know, over here by Cipriano Road, over here in Atlanta, Maryland, it's like a McDonald's. There's an IHOP down there. We could have went to IHOP too. We ain't got that. We went to Red Lobster. Honey. I think because my mother just wanted to be waited on. She wanted to do something special for my brother because he wasn't feeling really good. He was in a bad mood. So I'm okay. But she didn't let us know that to the end, like in the middle of the dinner. So anyway, so anyway, we go in there. Um, we didn't get our drinks till we didn't get our drinks till really late. Um, we didn't get no cheddar biscuits, girl. You know I wanted me a cheddar biscuit. I was hungry, and we didn't get no cheddar biscuits. So I'm like, hey, people must get their cheddar biscuits and they walk out when they get over it. So okay, I can understand not giving the cheddar biscuits till we ordered. Okay, that's fine. So we got cheddar biscuits, and me and my brother ordered a salad. And they did not, or my mother didn't order salad, but he brings us a salad. We ordered an appetizer. In the appetizer, we ordered the mozzarella cheese sticks and chicken strips. The girl comes over here with some mozzarella cheese sticks and some clam strips. We said, no, we don't want that, and we sent it back. The waiter come back with the same mozzarella cheese sticks and clam sticks. We said, no, sir. We said chicken strips, not clam strips. So we said, oh, okay, I'm sorry. So we go back, and then at that point, we were over it. We already knew this was going to be this is going to be a theme of the night. So we called for the manager, who was one of the girls, one of the girls. And we was like, okay, we just going to pay for my Long Island iced tea, because I got me another Long Island iced tea. Y'all saw my live on Facebook. I got another Long Island iced tea. She wanted to pay for that, and we wanted to just go. We paid for that because we was going to leave. And he was like, the manager came over and he was like, oh, I'm sorry, the guy's new. He's from New Jersey, from the New Jersey, the Red Lobster, which is, I don't see how that's any different. 'Cause I thought they were like, aren't they kind of like rude in New Jersey, whatever? But still, you work at a Red Lobster, I don't see how you're new. But anyway, you're new to the area, granted, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, he's new to the area, try to give him another chance and stuff of that nature. We're like, okay. Mother really didn't want to stay, but she was like, okay. So I'm like, whatever. We just stayed. So my brother ordered a bunch of crap, whatever that was. He liked all his stuff. I ordered the fish and chips because I was slightly over it because I didn't want to be disappointed. And how can I be disappointed with fish and chips? And my mother ordered some shrimp thing, whatever, blah blah blah, with some baked potato and green beans and stuff like that. So we get the orders and we order the stuff. He comes back. My brother's food is fine. My food, I got the fish was kind. I got life off the fish. The fish was good, but the fries, the chips were cold, and they weren't good, and they were really hard. So I was like, "Can I get some more fries?" He was like, "All right, cool." My mom just had the baked potato, and she ordered sour cream with that too, but he didn't have the sour cream, so she wanted the sour cream, and she wanted her green beans. So he was like, "Okay, he'll go get the green beans, and he'll go get the my fries." So mind you, we're still waiting hour goes past, and finally, like towards after I already ate half the fish, and I'm kind of sitting there waiting because I'm not trying to finish my whole meal. He brings the chips in a really small bowl, way smaller than the portion that I was given on the plate, and they were still cold. So I asked him, I said, you know what, this is not going to work for me. And then he finally brings my mother the sour cream. And then after she ate all of her food, he brings the green beans. And then we're like, okay, we still had a horrible experience. The man took forever with everything. The food's cold, and we keep asking for stuff. He keeps forgetting, and every time we ask him for something new, we're like, would you like to write that down? He's like, no, I got it. I'm like, okay. And he still keeps forgetting and keeps coming back to us, keep asking us, oh, did I forget something? Uh, um, yes, you did. Can I get the ketchup? Yes, you did. Can we get the sour cream? Yes, you did. Can we get the what's it called? The tartar sauce. Yes, you did. Can we get the cocktail sauce? We kept forgetting stuff. So we asked for the manager again just to let him know that you use your powers of persuasion to keep us here, and we still had a bad time. So I had to let that manager know you didn't even have a pep talk with him. You should wouldn't have a pep talk with him. Let him know that he needed to step his game up. You should have slid him a 5 hour energy. You should have gave him a bread bowl. You should have gave him something, slapped him on the ass, something like wake up. You need to get it together. Get it together. You're serving your people. These are black people. These are your people. We're coming here to eat, having a good time. You should be stepping your game up. Just because we're black, you should able, you look at us and say, okay, but let me help out my people. Not something like, oh, we're going to slap. No, we weren't trying to get anything for free. We were just trying to let you know that we came here to have a good time and you're trying it. You're not really doing a good job and you're slacking on your manager duties. You're not doing a good job, sir. And so my brother flipped out. He kind of got really, really mad and stuff like that, kind of angry and aggressive. You know how straight guys are. So he got really mad. I was like, Anthony, you need to leave out the store. Because I'm about to I'm about to go off and I'm about to go off like that. So I let the guy know I got the corporate number, so I will be calling that number. And make sure, black people, when you have a bad experience at restaurants, you need to write letters. You need to have a pad, pen, write numbers down, names, all that. You need to complain. Because they don't think that you're going to complain. They think you're just going to sit there and be too lazy and not say nothing about it. You need to start complaining like these white people are doing. They're complaining. Like these other people, they're complaining. They're saying things about it. They're making it known that they did not have an enjoyable experience. And when you're eating, that's the time where everyone has this come down. They come down a notch so they can ingest food, so they can empower themselves, nourish themselves, and they have to come down a bit. That's a point where everyone is vulnerable. So that's a very powerful experience. So if you're in the food industry, that is a powerful experience that you get to witness and be there around that type of energy where everyone's winding down and enjoying themselves and nourishing their bodies and being able to be in that type of state of mind where they're free, where they're lax, they're not so uptight, because they're ingesting, they're letting things in, their energy in, so that's a very vulnerable time for people. So you should really make that time enjoyable. Make that time. That's a very important role to play. And if you're in the food industry, that's a very important role. A very important role to play. So don't take it for granted. Yes, you stand up. Yes, you're getting whatever payment, but you're getting a lot of exposure to a lot of people, a lot of energy. That's a very honorable job. It really is. Was in the food industry for a while. It's a very honorable job, and it's not something to take slack, and not something to take for granted. So when I'm telling him this, the manager is like really upset. He asked like, "Oh, would you like anything else? I'm really sorry about all this. We'll take 25% off. We take off the appetizer. Would you like anything else? Something like that." So we're like, "Yeah, we want some more drinks. I want I see my brother wants a margarita." So when we get the bill, he slapped that on the bill. I'm like, baby, you said that in the same sentence like you were going to give us that for free because we didn't want to say we were going to leave. We were going to leave. Slapped us down with a $80 bill. Like, oh no. 25% off and you gave us an $80 bill. You're trying it. You tried to work the set. You tried to work the people because you want us to stay there so we can spend money. And we really wanted to leave and spend it at McDonald's to get a Grand Mac. That Grand Mac slays. If you want a Grand Mac, that Grand Mac slays. That's what a Big Mac's supposed to taste like. But we wanted to stay there, I guess, because he perceived persuaded us. We'll stay there, We'll stay there, and then did not put in the effort to make us feel welcome. Did not put in the effort to show us a great time. So anyway, so it's like he just was like, oh, whatever. If you're a manager, you're supposed to be walking around your store, making sure everything's okay, not just sitting around the back. Someone had to go get him. Like the freak asked for him 5 times, and it took them a long time to get him. Like, what are you doing? Are you back there sitting down? You're supposed to be managing your store. If you're a manager, You're supposed to be watching. You're supposed to manage. You're supposed to look around, making sure everything's done. If someone else is slacking or no, someone else is not there, something needs to be done, and you're there, you're supposed to do it. You're an employee as well. Don't just sit there and slack and not do anything. So I'm going to call that number. I'm going to call the corporate number and let them know how that guy showed off. And I don't know what kind of relationship that they had that he was not even, no, did they really want to say anything to him? Like, he was like, if someone went off like we went off today about someone's service, I would have been fired. That was my last day at that job, and I guarantee that guy's gonna still be there. And while we go outside, and we say see some other, my brother goes outside and talks to some guy in this blue car, and he's like, yeah, talking about a service, and the guy's like, oh, who was it? The guy, the light-skinned tall guy in the dress, knew exactly the waiter we was talking about. And why the manager keep feeding us that it's his first day, but he worked in Red Lobster in New Jersey. So I went off, let them know how my concerns, but at the end of the conversation, I let them know. Don't look at this as a negative. Look at this as a positive. Be a hands-on manager from now on. And the next time someone has a complaint or next time somebody tries to leave, let them leave. Don't sit there and not let them leave. Try to get their money. If you're not going to sit there and make it a better experience for them, if you're going to make it a better experience, then be on them. Be on your employees. Look at everything, what's going on. Watch what's going on. And see what's happening in your store. And just don't sit there and let that happen. And you're a manager. That's all. If you're going to sit there and persuade someone to stay, do your very best. Do your very best. It's all that was being this. So learn from that. Rate that. What do you think about poor service and how people should respond and things of that nature? Because I wanted to keep it quiet, but he persuaded me to stay. He persuaded my mom to stay, persuaded us to spend money, and then did that. So it was like, you wanted us to stay, so you want this show. Because we kept it cute, we kept talking to you, we called you 5 times. The guy kept fumbling like he was really in the Redskins. Fumbling like that. After one ball after the next kept dropping the ball. And I'm like, won't you write it down? If you have an impairment, if you have trouble remembering things, if you have problems in certain areas, you need to be on it. Write it down. Check back. Remember. Record it. Do something if you have an impairment. Just do that. Check yourself. Someone else has to have to check you. Check yourself. Especially because you know yourself.